Is we are going to do a pink and white acrylic application. I am doing the application demonstration on a nail pop, okay, so that you know how to practice on them at home. Before we start, we need to know from your clients what shape they need their nails, okay. So we have a list of nail shapes. Okay, so we've got square, squoval, rounded, oval. We've got the stiletto, the ballerina, some people call it coffin shape, almond, and another oval. Okay, so you need to find that out. We also need to know the zones of the nail. So zone 1 is on your free edge. Zone 2 starts at your smile line. Zone 3 is the nail plate and the cuticle area. Okay, so you can see here, zone 3. Zone 2 is your smile line, so it's just above and just below. Zone 1 is your free edge. Okay, we also need what's called an apex. So your apex is your upper arch, which goes from the cuticle to the free edge. The C curl is at the end of the nail. It's the curl that you've got on the end of the nail. Okay, so to create an apex, you need to apply the product in zone 2. Okay, the products that we're going to use today are acrylic liquid, white powder, pink powder. You're going to need an acrylic brush, okay, a pipette, and a dapping dish. So first of all, we're going to remove some monomer using a pipette so that we've not got much wastage. Replace the lid. We've got the white powder. And we've got pink powder. You can decant these into dapping dishes or into powder pots, okay, if that's what you prefer. Because I'm using tips to apply the product, what I need to do is these have got a shine on. So when you're doing it on an actual nail, you have applied the tip, blended it, and then you've applied primer to this area, okay? But you've taken the shine off the nail and you've taken the shine off the tip. So I need to just remove the shine from this. I just do this with a white block buffer. Okay, so I'm going to do that on both. Okay. Just give it a quick brush. And now I'm going to make sure that we're doing pink and white, and we need to make sure our smile line is in this area. Okay, so the first application I'm going to show you is where we apply the white first. Okay, so I'm going to pick up the product, apply it to the nail. I'm going to use the barrel of my brush to manipulate the product around the nail tip, and then I'm going to use the ends bristles just to push the product up from my smile line. Okay, and then I'm going to sweep down and create my smile line. Don't worry about any product missing anywhere, because you can always go back and reapply. It's much better to get a small amount of product rather than apply too much, because it just causes too much wastage. Make sure the smile line area is clean. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go in and we're going to do the pink. So I'm going to go into zone 2, which is just above where the smile line area is, and just below. I'm going to pick up product. Now this bead needs to be a little bit bigger, okay, because this is where you get your apex. I'm just going to apply the product. Okay. Then I'm going to go into zone 3 and the bead of product. Apply to the nail. Use the barrel of my brush to manipulate the product into place, and then you can just brush over the whole thing. Right, we now need to wait for that to set. So a way of testing it is with an orange wood stick. Makes no noise. So we're just going to put that on one side to set, and I'm going to show you the other way to apply pink and white for a smile line. But this time we're going to start in zone 2 with the pink. So we're going to pick up the pink acrylic. Okay. Make sure it's not too dry, make sure it's not too wet. I'm going to manipulate the product down towards zone 3. And then I'm going to take out the smile line. And just to make sure all the product is moved, just use your ends of your bristles. We're now going to apply some product in zone 3. So your pink acrylic, zone 3. Manipulate the product down to the cuticle area and then pull it back up into zone 2. Light touches. What you can do now is you can actually file around this area once it's set, just to give yourself a sharper edge. Okay? We're not going to do that today. We're then going to apply the white powder. So the white powder just needs to go in zone 1. Okay? So we're just going to apply a bead into zone 1. Manipulate the product down towards zone 2. Okay. You can brush the product over the pink. That's absolutely fine because we're going to be filing. I'm going to apply a little bit more white. And we just need to let that set. Okay. I'll just wait a minute while that sets. just going to clean my brush and replace the lids on the powders. If you look on the interior of the lid, you'll be able to see which colour lid goes on which powder. Okay, so now we're just going to wait for those two to set, and then we're going to file off. So we're going to test to see if the product is set. Okay, so you can hear that's quite set. We're now going to file the product off. So we're going to use a 150 to 180 file. This is used on the acrylic nail surface for shaping and to reduce length. The 180 side of it is to remove scratches and smooth the nail surface. Okay, you can use a 100 grit file, and this will take the length off quicker, and also you can use it to contour the nail shape. Okay, so first of all we're going to use the 150 to 180. So I'm just going to file down the products that I put on earlier. So I'm holding my file with 2 fingers at this side and 1 here for pressure. And what I'm doing is I'm filing down to where my smile line should be. Okay, so I need to file all that pink off. I've now moved to a 240 grit. Okay, this is for tiny scratches and smooths out the nail surface. This pink is very, very sheer. This is a small smile line, so if you were doing someone who was having acrylic overlays, this is what you would do, the very narrow white smile line. Okay, then what I'm going to use is what's called a white block buffer. This is generally 400 grit and above, so it can go to like 1200 really. And I'm just going to go over the whole surface just to smooth it all off. And you feel how smooth it is. Okay, you can then remove the dust. I'm going to apply a little cuticle oil. So if this was on a nail, you'd apply oil around the cuticle area and you'd massage in. Okay, you could then use what's called a 3-way buffer. Okay, so you've got 3 sides. So you've got rough, smooth, and like a leather. So I'm going to use the rough one first. And I'm doing this to get a nice shine on my acrylic. Okay, move in with the white. And then we're going to go over with the leather, okay? Now you can do this just from the cuticle to the free edge. If you do this, it sometimes can cause like a burning sensation. Okay, depends on your client. But you will get a nice sort of shine to the nail. And you can see there the smile line. So this one was the one we did when we did the pink first. I've done a lot bigger white area here. Okay. So we're just going to buff down our pink. Again, using the 100 and 180 and 150 grit files. Just going to change my file to a 150, 180. Just got a little bump there that I need to get rid of. I'm going to go in with my 240 just to smooth it all out, get rid of the lumps and the bumps. Buff it off with my white block buffer, make sure the cuticle area is nicely blended. And apply my oil. And buff to a high shine. You don't have to have a three-way buffer. You can actually use two, okay? So you're going to rub it in, and then you're going to finish it off with a high shine. Okay, so there is your pink and white. Okay.